Hey guys, so we're out in Eugene at kind of a hidden area that we lease, and this is where we keep a lot of our treasures, a lot of our cars that are going to the dipper, and a lot of the cars that we just want to keep hidden out of the way. So I was going to give you a quick shot of some of the stuff. Like these shells here, these are just bodies that we're cutting up, things that can't be made whole again, but things that we've inherited over the years, except for there's two Challengers in there. That convertible is an RT. We're restoring that car, and the one next to it is a donor for it. But these are different shells that you can see we've cut a lot of stuff out of to make use of on good cars. So you look at those frame rails right there, you see that's just a garbage frame rail. I want to say that's a 68. Not sure what that is. Not positive. But mostly Challenger bodies. That Barracuda we just drug in, 70 Barracuda Grand Coupe parts car. I did a video on that earlier. There's an RTSC Challenger in there that I'm actually hoping somebody wants to fall in love with and have me build, because even though it's really bad, I'd like to do that car for somebody. Okay. Drive by this place, you look and you don't see anything. You see some more cars over there, but look at the landscape company next to us. Got our door here. Come on in here. Check this out. Nobody even knows we have this. So these bodies here are ones that we've already sent out and had dipped, and now we're waiting for Will to tell us to bring them over because they're ready to start doing metal work on them. Got my little Maverick there, my little 75 Dodge Dart Survivor car. Down in here we call this C hull, like the letter C. Check that out. A couple of the cars that are here are getting have had body work on them, like that one is waiting to go back over to paint. That's our convertible, is waiting for mud. But this is what you don't see. 1970 Dodge Super B 383 original paint. Look at that car. This car is a 440, excuse me, this one is, I got a twin to it. This car is a 383 Magnum 4-speed car. All original. It has had one paint job. You can tell by the way that the paint's still laminating on there, the difference between original and not. So if you look over here, you see how the paint is washed thin. This greenish gold paint is washed so thin that there's nothing left but rust. That's how I know at a glance that it's original paint. You come over to this car and you can tell that underneath the purple paint, there's some gray primer, and then there's some rust. They didn't use that color primer at the factory. So this car, I can just tell by looking at it, has had at least one paint job on it. The crazy thing that you won't see very often. Okay, let's take a look here. But this is a Ram Charger car with a 4-speed. You can see the shifter there. Look in the back seat, you'll see the Ram Charger intake air box. Those are not being reproduced. Those things are just a gold mine to find something like that. 383, numbers matching, 4-speed, 70 Super B, plum crazy, white top, black interior. Identical twin. Think you're seeing double? 70 Dodge Super B, except it's a 440 6-pack. You can see here it calls out the 440, but it doesn't say anything about a 6-pack. That's the way these cars were. Hood pin car, very nicely loaded. I believe that this car's also had one paint job on it. Barely see the VIN through there. See if you can make out that VIN. Yeah, you see the V0A, Victor Zero Alpha. It means it's a Lynch Road car, and that V means it's a 446 pack. Take a look inside there. It's the same kind of thing, except this is a white bench seat interior. A white top car. Just 270 Super Bs that you wouldn't expect to see together in the same little spot. 3, including our green gold one. But I'll get one more for you. 446 barrel, automatic. This poor thing, we're just getting ready to start on it. We're so far behind. This car caught fire. It was a restored car and it burned up. Take a look at the sadness under that hood. I think the carburetor, the fuel line to the carburetor had a leak or something, and it caught fire, and boy, they just go up right now. If you look here, the good news is it looks like the majority of the heat damage is from the A-pillars forward. You see the fender here had the paint baked off of it. Why the hood isn't completely burned up, my guess is it wasn't on the car when it happened. They were probably working on the engine, didn't have the hood back on it yet, and that's why the hood isn't burned to a crisp. But he was driving this car. It's locked up. Maybe get into it here. There we go. Look how clean that interior is. That's an original interior, original carpet, original seat. Column shift automatic 446 barrel. Just truly incredibly, just a treasure of these things, a treasure of them. Everything on this car is supposed to be on the spoiler, the C stripe, except it's the wrong color, it's supposed to be black. Now, this is just one. We have A hull and B hull. This is C hull. Take a look behind you there. From back in the 80s when they were doing it all the time. That is a tribute General Lee. And people are sick of seeing them, I get it. I think as time goes on, you're gonna see less and less of them. It's got the controversial flag on the top. But to me, in my mind, it doesn't, I know it has a representation to it, but to me it just represents a cool TV show, a car that was in a really cool TV show, and I watched a lot as a young feller. It is not, by the way, if you see this, it is not a real RT, okay? The owner of that put it on there himself, and that's probably the wrong push bar. I'm not positive of that, but still you can tell it's supposed to be the old General Lee, the old EHAW. Got this CHN plate on it though. That's a replica of the original plate. Pretty cool. Just for fun, since we're in this room, we've got this Charger here, which is a original 318 car, but it is a white hat special. That means that it had the white interior, the white top. Did the power? Can't remember if the white hat got power disc brakes, but it did get a console shift. Look inside that poor old thing. Has the wood grain rally steering wheel. It was a bucket seat car. There's your shifter. Look at the cobwebs. These are time capsules, folks. Just old time capsules that you won't see anywhere else. That car right there is gonna blow you away. That is some original paint, some repaint on it. But I want you to look at the 69 GTX. I want you to see what's waiting under the hood. That, my friends, is called the Elephant. When was the last time you saw one like that? This car was drug out of New York, out in a field. The original air grabber air box in place. The original carburetors. 426 Hemi with original valve covers on it. I have the original tag back at the shop for it. Just pan across there and take a look. This is what you hear about barn finds and field finds. This was a true field find car. If you look very carefully, you will see an original hose clamp. You don't see that very often. Now, come down here. Oh boy, these doors are frozen. Let's see if we can get the other one open. Oh, it's too close. Okay, come on in here. You have to shoot through the window. See that shifter sticking up out of the floor with the white knob? Factory 4-speed car, 426 Hemi, 4-speed, and it is a 410 Dana Super Track Pack car. This is a rare car that has a lot of rust on it, but it's also a very, very valuable car when it's done. One thing that's interesting is the GTX is a gentleman's muscle car, right? You see it right there. Nicknamed by Chrysler the gentleman's muscle car. So one would think the gentleman's muscle car versus the teenager's muscle car would be that it would have luxury items like power steering, power disc brakes standard. Nope, they were so optional. This car has manual steering and manual drum brakes. And I'm not going to share it right now, but we're going to go out here again. This will be for part 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever it is we're making. That row over there is A-Hall. And I don't want to show too much of it. And then B-Hall down in there. Tell me when the last time you saw that many E-bodies and B-bodies together under one roof. 15,000 square feet, 60 cars. More to come.